All right, guys, Instructor Z here. Got James, he's my uki, or my partner right now. And we're talking about half guard. And in this position, I'm in top half guard, he's in bottom half guard. And throughout this series, as we get more information, we'll be hitting aspects of both positions, top and bottom. Because if I'm on top, I need to know what the bottom guy needs to do to be successful. And he knows what I have to do to be successful, and we have to counter that to each other. So, starting off today, top half guard, and let's just go to the basic fundamental position of half guard in the top position and the variations that you come across based off of the movement and the problems that my partner on the bottom is giving me. So, starting, for me, there are different, I guess technically half guard is just him controlling my leg. I guess my leg comes out a little bit, it would be considered quarter guard. He only has a piece of it towards my ankle, but we both have our legs intertwined. His legs intertwined here. And not to insult anybody's intelligence out there, I know all our Renzo Gracie family is very intelligent concerning this position, but I just want to review it so everybody's on the same sheet of music. So he's already got his knee shield in, he's got his bottom leg here, and usually he wants to prevent me from getting inside. I want to be inside this area to some degree. Eventually that will lead to a head and arm position, hopefully flattening him out. He's doing good right now. He's on his side. If I can help it, I always want to be on my side. I never want to be flat. In certain positions and certain attacks will permit me being on my back, but rule of thumb is he's on his side. I don't want to win. If I get inside of these limbs and these frames that he has to use against me, maybe I can control his body position and keep him flat. So remember that. First things first, this knee shield. If somebody has a knee shield on me and I'm trying to pressure them from this top half guard position, I need to get around this, or else I'm going to have to go around the outside. I want to go through. I want to get to that vulnerable area that James has right here where I can get past all these frames, right? So for me, I manage that right away by leaning on it or interlacing it with my arm. However I want to do that, start moving it out the way, and usually he's not going to let me. But one key part that I like to make sure that I get before I start dealing with all that is a good anchor system down on his thigh. This is not good for him, very good for me. But you can see where our legs are positioned now. He has me generally outside of his knee line. And I want to get around that knee and pinch that thigh. I'll pinch his thigh here, and that limits his options. He basically is committed to staying in tight with me at this point, unless he can get me off of this thigh. I have prevented him from getting up, because in order to get up and do a technical stand-up, he has to pull his bottom leg out. Let's go halfway, see he's pulling that leg out. Or in order to roll around and become loose and attack me using his other leg when he has the ability to, he has to get this leg free at some point. So by me controlling that thigh, I also control his hips, which also controls the rest of this man, this grown, strong man here. Beautiful ball here. Anyway, so I want to get there. That's one of my key points of getting in this half guard position and controlling it, is getting to his thigh and locking this down. Especially if you're a big guy like me and maybe you get tired if you move too fast, that happens. I want to just lock him in place and be able to work my game in a tight position. Now, obviously, I want to get inside. This is not the end of the fight here. And we'll go into how to do these certain things eventually. But first, let's just talk about what it looks like when I'm in good position on top half. I've got that leg, I'm past his knee, I'm up onto his thigh, I'm pinching. However I want to pinch, I can cross legs and just turn my hips. But I've got a head and arm control position, and I'm putting shoulder pressure towards his head and maintaining that good underhook. So it's forcing him to be flat. He's limited on what he can do, and unless he gets some more space, it's really hard for him to get his body back involved, which is required when you got a man about the same size and strength as you on top of you, using gravity to his advantage. His arms aren't going to be strong enough to lift my whole body for too long. So I'm flattening him out with the head and arm. Right? So we'll rotate a little bit. See that from a different position. I've got that thigh covered for however I did it. I got past that knee shield that he has, and I've got my underhook, and I've got my overhook on his head side. So far side underhook, I'm collapsing, and I'm using my shoulder pressure to keep his head pointed that way, because this is the largest lever on the body, right? It's the head connected to the spine, connected to the hips. If his head is this way, it's going to be hard for him to bring his hips into power in my direction, because he's facing the opposite way. So this is one good position for half guard. And then once I'm there, I can utilize the strength of that position to start leg pummeling, getting one of my flippers, one of my free leg inside of his thigh, and start working from there to see what I can get out of that. Maybe a pass is what I'm hoping for. Another position. Sometimes I can get that underhook and I can sit through towards him, right? We'll rotate again. So still half guard, just a little variation, right? He's got his leg, I got the underhook, I'm sat towards him, I've sat down on my hip, and I have the ability to maybe work this leg down or do different things depending on what I'm trying to get here. There's not many situations where I find myself here and I really like it, I stay here for long, but sometimes I do. If he's got strong hips and he's pushing me away with his stiff arms, right, I might get here and instead of just letting him push me off balance, I switch my hips and I still become solid here and maybe find some kind of opportunity for me to escape outside of his half guard. So this is the head side half guard variation, right? Now, the other one, I've got it here, I've got my good thigh position, I'm in tight, controlling his hips, and maybe he pushes my armpit stiff arm me this way, and I'll turn to the downside half guard variation position, right? So all I'm doing is sitting on my other hip, the opposite of the one from the head side, and I'm facing towards his legs. I have to be careful here, not letting my head get too far. He starts yanking my head and rolling me out of position. I gotta maintain this foot out like a kickstand. If I get in line with him, sometimes he can just roll me like a log, right? I always want to be perpendicular with him and have an angle if possible, so I provide that kickstand and prevent myself from getting rolled easily. So that leg's out there. Also, I don't want him grabbing my leg. Turn all the way around. You can see my leg sitting here. He starts grabbing my leg. It compromises my base. He can also roll me a little bit easier because my weight is on top of him. So I'm staying towards the ground, staying strong here, not letting him get a hold of that, and break down my base at all. And also, comes later on another video, he has an underhook under here. It gives me the ability to attack this arm and pay attention to this. Sometimes guys put their legs up and I mess with their legs. I have a lot of ability here to cause problems for him. And why I'm causing problems for him, even though it may not lead to a finishing submission right away, it's preventing him from thinking about all of his opportunities and escapes to get out of this position. I'm keeping him occupied in his brain so he's thinking about defending versus being offensively getting up and out of here. So, half guard in a nutshell, real quick video for you. I can flatten it. I want to flatten him out. I want to get to that middle ground. I want to get close up on that thigh, control his hips so he can't get up. And I can go head side, turning my hips down. I can go leg side, turning my hips down as well. Or I can just be flat, square across him. But I always want to control his body, control his hips, get that head turned away from me if possible. And never, 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 ever let him have the underhook. Anybody that's been a student of mine knows that underhook's a no-go when I'm top or bottom. Can't have it. So leave your questions, tune back in. Anything you got that you want to see or any questions about this particular little explanation of half guard, let us know. It's just a few details, not in depth. That's all you need. Just remember that stuff, keep it fresh in your head. And remember, the basics done well is what makes you advanced.